Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part something of the Shamisen Sanshin build project. I've lost count of which episode this is, but and I've also a little bit lost track of where I was up to in the last one. I think I was cutting the basic shape of the neck, and I said in the video that I wasn't going to show all of the the work actually final shaping it, but I thought, what the hey, I might as well. Okay, it's not all that interesting, but well, some of you might find it interesting, because basically what I'm doing, I'm going from this big old chunk of 3x2 thereabouts lump of wood, so from that to this, which is a rough shaped neck. So starting from the bottom end, we've got the tapered shaft that goes through the body, and from the neck, then we've got the step back to the heel, and then the neck itself and the headstock, which I've roughly shaped, and I've got the slot cut in the middle, and as I said, it's roughly shaped at the moment. I've still got to finish that. That's what I'm going to be doing today, and that's what I'm going to be showing you, is how I get from this. Okay, let's just get a close up. This, okay, that's the headstock. So this, as I said, is the rough shaped neck down to the heel and the tapered shaft. So to get from that to this, which is a 95% finished neck. Okay, so first of all, the headstock, you can see I've got the holes drilled for the tuning pegs as well, and the shape of the headstock, including this little lip at the back there, and I've kind of brought that into a sort of a point. That's not normally the way they're done, but that's the way I did this one. And as I said, this is 95% finished. Okay, so that's the fret side, and then the back side, I'm not sure how well you'll see this, but all kind of curved round and shaped. And then the heel, you can see I've sort of rounded it off there, and on the front side, so we've got shoulders here, and then it tapers here. I didn't, sorry, not taper, it curves there and there. I didn't get quite as much of a curve here as I wanted, but it's okay, it's fine. And then the tapered shaft there. So this, as I said, is about 95% finished. It still needs some final sanding, but I'm not going to do that until I've actually fitted this tapered shaft into the body, because obviously I've got to cut the holes in the body to put this shaft through, and once it gets down, this part gets down to the body, I've then probably got to shape the underside of this to fit the body. But it's also really crucial where I make the holes in the body to make sure that if the body is here, it's kind of lined up with the fret part of the neck, but also I've got to get a bit of an angle so that it basically tips back, so that you can get the tension on the strings. But as I said, that's about 95% finished. It's pretty much there, and I'm really pleased with how these holes turned out for the tuning pegs. You won't be able to see it, but the way I've got it is so that the middle one goes through straight here, and then these two will come, that top one will come at an angle up, and this one will come at an angle down, like that. So, as I said, almost finished, and what I'm going to show you today is how I got to that stage on that one by doing this one. So, for this one, I've decided against using this wood cutting wheel, because this is very fast and very aggressive, and the size and shape I've got this neck at the moment is almost to the dimensions, so I don't want to, you know, take off huge areas of wood and then make a mistake and then I've got a real problem. So I'm going to be doing a majority of it by hand. However, I am still going to use the angle grinder with this pad on, which is a Velcro pad, and I'm going to be using sanding discs. Okay, now I've got 5 different grits of these, so I've got 40 grit, 60 grit, 80 grit, 100 grit and 120. So I've got, as I said, was it 5 different sizes, and I've got a lot of spares. Probably 80 or so I've got, so I've got plenty of them to do this. And I decided to use that rather than this cutting wheel because it's a lot easier to control. If I needed to take off great chunks of wood, then I would use that cutting wheel. But for this, as I said, I'm going to be using these sanding pads, and I'm going to start at 40 because what I want to do on this is the front profile. So on the back of the neck, I want to take off, you know, the corners and start to round it over. So I'm not sure how well that's going to go with that sanding disc. It should be fine. And as I said, I'm going to start at 40. So first of all, I need to just put the pad on there. As I said, it's a Velcro fitting, so they're really quick and easy, quick and easy to change from one to the next. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the microphone off while I do this bit because it's going to be pretty noisy and I'm right next to the camera. I'm also a little bit worried about the dust, but should be okay. So I'm going to start to, you're not really going to see too well what I'm doing, but you should be able to see how I'm doing it. And I'm going to just start to curve the back of this neck around. Okay, so microphone going off, 3, 2, 1. Well, that really is surprisingly fast and surprisingly messy. And as I said, I was a bit worried about the dust on the camera, and there's a lot. So I forgot to shut the door, bad. So I'm not going to do any more with that because that's really fast, really aggressive, and it's kind of started the shape pretty good, but it's lumpy, you know, it's not very uneven. So I'm going to finish that now by hand, and using my Shinto saw rasp and my various other rasps and files, and finally my various grits of sandpaper. But I mean, the neck itself is shaping up okay, so I want to get these profiles here and here sorted. The headstock itself isn't too bad, doesn't need too much, so I want to concentrate on getting the shaping done around this part of the headstock and also around the heel. So let me just, second, what's happening there? No, don't want to zoom in. Probably put the camera down slightly. How's that? A bit more, I think. Oh, not that much. Okay, good, that's fine. So let me just unplug that angle grinder, put that way out of the way, and so I'm going to start on the headstock end. I'm going to use a half round rasp to sort of tidy that up, that side and that side. I'm not worried about all the scratch marks and everything at the moment, that will come out later. So let's see. That's not going to work. Oh. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but I'll give it a try. Actually, that is working quite well. Can you see what I'm doing? Just barely. I'm going to use the round file. It's not very big, but just to tidy that up. Oh no, rasp. Just to tidy that up a bit. And then I will actually switch to the file after that, but just want to get the shape going on first. Just a bit of a curve. How's that looking? Not too bad. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's do the other side as well. Take a bit more off the first side. That's looking better. We'll now switch to the files just to smooth it a bit more as opposed to the rasps. That's not bad, quite happy with that. Trying to follow the contour of that inward curve with the curved edge of the file, just to try and smooth it so that there's no little bumps and dents. It's not too bad. I'm not going for, you know, final finishing at this stage. I just want to get the basic shape before I start to, you know, smooth everything around. That's looking okay. I've still got a little bit of a bump just there I can feel, so I need to try and get that out. Still there. Yeah, it's coming along. How are we doing for time? Yeah, it's catching up on me. Okay, that's almost there. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it definitely is a bit better. It's not, again, it's not finalised, but I just want the, you know, the general shape right now. So now I'm going to have a look at the heel end. There's a fair bit of work to do there, because like the other one, I want to curve the top of this, and I've already got the curve there, but it needs tidying up, and I want to, you know, this curve I put on the end, I want to continue that sort of up here as well, so that the edges curve over as well. So I'm not really going to be able to use the Shinto for that, because as I've said before, it's flat edged and quite wide. It's 1.5 inches wide, so that's not going to work with that. So I'll be using the rasps. So just come back a bit. So I want to try and start to get the curve in that now. It's a bit tricky. I'm trying to do it in a way that you can see what I'm doing as well. Let me think. Start it with the file just to take the corner off it, because the rasp is catching. See the other side. You can't see what I'm doing. Right, so now I should be able to use the rasp for that. It says, maybe the other way, it's going against the grain a bit there, so I'll go the other way. That's better. Yeah, that's nice. It's slow though with this rasp, but as I've said before, these rasps are not that good, they're not very sharp, but you know, it's slow and gentle. I don't want to rush this stage really. But it is slow. Yeah, this is definitely the way to do it though, because I can see, yeah, it is slow, but I can see what's happening, and it's not happening too fast, which is always a good thing. Oh, I need to open that door hot again. Try going the other way now. I don't think it's going to work though. That's alright. Just right on the corner, it doesn't seem to want to rasp that way, so I'll go back the other way. Okay, that is going to take quite a while like that. Shinto made a curved rasp, saw rasp, because it really is the tool to do it. But as I said, with the flat edge, it just doesn't work on these angles. Right, I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble and use this, but I'm going to go from 40 grit to 100, I think, which is much finer grit. I don't want to, as I said again, take off too much too quick, but I do want this to be a little bit faster. Those rasps are just not much good. Okay, so switch off the mic again for this bit. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that definitely saved a bit of time. Again, it is rough, but I've got the basic shape of that going on now, and I'm starting to run out of time for my video. So, you know, we've got the basic shape of the heel now. Still need to do a bit more curving, and again on the back of the neck, and you know, just rounding off the edges really, and smoothing out all the cut marks. So, you know, it's coming together now. I am going to do the rest of this off camera because, you know, you've basically seen what the process is. So from now on, it's just much more of the same, really. And you know, I don't want to make another video just to finish this. So, you know, the shape's coming together. It's almost there, really. I'd say like 70% there. And I've got to do the rest of it by hand, no more machines. And it won't take too long to get this finished, actually. And you know, as you can see, compared to the finished one, apart from being a bit rough, it's close. You know, it does need finishing, obviously, but it's almost there. So that, as far as you're concerned, is the end of this stage. And in the next video, hopefully, I'm going to be starting to fit the neck into the body. And then after that, I'll be probably making the tuning pegs. And bear in mind, every job I'm talking about is ×2, because I'm making 2 at a time. So, as I said, next part of the project will be fitting the neck into the body, and then after that, making the tuning pegs. And then we're fairly close to completion after that. But enough waffling. I really hope you're enjoying watching this series as much as I am making it. And we will see you in the next episode. So please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.